Hi, I'm Emily Flowers with the Divorce Lending Association, and I'm a certified divorce lending professional, or CDLP. This is part of our divorce literacy series, and today I'm here with Lindsey McMillen with Clark Wealth Partners. And she has just been a joy to meet and so knowledgeable. And I just can't wait for you to hear all the little tools that she has to help those that need some guidance, and especially through this challenging time. So, welcome, Lindsay. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Absolutely. Thanks, Emily. Agree. You are always the brightest light and such a joy to be around. So thank you for the warm introduction. I'm Lindsay McMillen. I'm a CPA. I've been a CPA for about 20 years, actually. And I worked for 5 years in public accounting and a couple of years after that in a corporate setting. And then when it was time to have kids, I realized I didn't want to work like 90 hours a week. And so transitioned into some more like tax prep and some lighter things I could just do sort of on my own. I had a few life changes, and I am recently divorced. I've been divorced for about 2 years, and that led me on this journey to self-discovery. And actually, Mike Clark, the gentleman that I work for now, who's the CEO of Clark Partners and a financial advisor as well. I'm also a financial advisor. Reached out to me and said, I really would love to have someone on my team who's a CPA who has tax knowledge, and as part of my journey to self-discovery, I also became a life coach and a divorce coach. And he's like, I think it's such a perfect fit because what I often do is help people through the psychology of money. And he's like, I think you'd just be a perfect partner for me. So.
I could not agree more. When I spoke to you and realized how great of a fit it was for me as a divorce lending professional, to work with somebody who also has tax knowledge and financial background plus life coach. I mean, no brainer, no brainer. So I'm assuming that, your own personal experience is what kind of ended up you kind of specializing in divorce. And I know you're working towards your CDFA, but tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think because going through it, it's unknown, right? It's uncertain. We have fears. And I just felt like I found new, great friendships with people who had been through it, who could guide me, through the process. And if I had had someone with financial expertise and maybe even an attorney who was a great friend, I felt like that would have been super helpful too. And so that's my goal is to show people that they're not alone and to help them sort of walk through the process with someone alongside them so they don't have fears and again, just feeling like you're not alone.
Absolutely. I know you have a coaching program. You had done this life coaching and divorce coaching. So I know you have a coaching program. I'm assuming it's more on the financially based side, but tell me more about that, because I feel like that's a really, you're pulling in so many very, very core strengths into this divorce practice and this divorce team for our clients. So tell us more about that, please.
Yeah, it does have a financial piece to it. But one of my core beliefs is that loving yourself is the key to having everything that you want. It's the key to having great relationships with other people, with money, with food, and your health. I think those things are so intertwined. And so absolutely, I think I'm really great at helping people understand their patterns and why they do the things they do after some kind of deep conversations with them, which is some of my favorite work to do. Because I often think if we can understand why we do things, whether it's in relationships with people or with money, we can heal that and we can consciously work to be better in all of those areas.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds about right. I know that a lot of people that I come to the closing table with after the, they've decided what to do and how they want to separate the home, what do I do next? And I say, you need to go get healthy. And I don't mean just, strong. I mean like, hey, you need to make sure that you like yourself first. And so I feel like that's really important. If somebody's contemplating divorce, where do they start with you? How would they begin?
Yeah, it's funny. Everybody's a little bit different. They come to me in different sort of phases of that. And what's funny is I actually had a male client who ended up not getting divorced and deciding to continue to work on his marriage. Like, they came back together. So that was really interesting to me too. But again, that takes two willing parties. For me, it started where I didn't know what had to change, but I knew I wasn't happy. And so I started with working on myself because I knew that I could control that. And that was where I started. And it was just a day by day process of taking better care of myself and getting to know myself a little bit better. And I feel like that's where a lot of people start. It's like, I don't know what's wrong and I don't know how to fix it, but I know that something needs to change.
Okay. So it's not always them coming to you from the, attorney into the financial aspect of this. It could be that it's like, I don't really know what's wrong. It's not always divorce either, right? It's okay, something's wrong. I need help. I need a little guidance. And then from there, and I do believe that when you kind of get things right with health or whatever, I think that's a natural transition into getting financially healthy for some reason. But it does go together.
Yeah. And I think, in a lot of relationships, like, one person handles the finances, and I think it's typically men. Now, that's not to say there aren't exceptions to that rule, but I do think it's typically men. And I also want to help women become more literate in it and feel like they're asking questions and not feel bad for asking those questions and not feeling bad for not knowing the answer. So things like that are super important too.
Wow. So give us like one tidbit to educate us. Just one little thing on, let's say, give us one tidbit on the life coaching side and one tidbit on the financial side, like just to educate us a little.
I think sorry, my dog's in the background. You can hear a little bit of whining. I apologize. Sorry. Okay, we're back. One tidbit, I think, in the life coaching arena is getting to know yourself and accepting yourself. And like, all the things that happened in the past are okay. Like, getting comfortable with that. Even if you messed up, it's okay. It doesn't take just a day to change. It's this whole lifelong process. And I think when you start to understand that all of those things in the past led you to where you are today, and just accepting that it was all meant to happen, and it gave you the knowledge and the wherewithal to do what you're doing and to continue on your path. So I think for life coaching, that's it. And then for money, I think the same thing, but it's like, take ownership for whatever happened in the past. Like, take ownership and accept it, but know that going forward, that it's this daily habit. And it's like going to the gym, right? You have a personal training background. Like, you have to consistently show up for yourself. You don't see results overnight. You just have to trust the process and trust yourself and love yourself enough to know that, like, doing those daily behaviors is going to get you where you want to be in the future.
I love that. I love that on both sides. I think that, if you split your life up into 7 parts, right? Mm-hmm. Like most coaching programs tend to do, you can follow the same path for each one. And it all is a breakdown of day by day, 1% better every day, every day, every day, every day. So,
and I don't think we realize either how interrelated those things are, how much it matters that we, love ourselves and take care of ourselves and accept ourselves.
So I completely appreciate you taking the time to spend it with us and letting people know about what you do. If somebody wants to get a hold of you, not only am I going to put some information into the show notes, but how would they do that? What's the best way to get a hold of you?
You can find me on social media, Facebook, Lindsay McMillen, Instagram at Lindsay and McMillan. Clark Wealth Partners, you can visit our website if you want some financial help. Again, we help people with all sorts of things, budgeting, planning, all the things. Yeah, so.
Okay, so final words for my people that are looking to add somebody strategic to their divorce team. I just want you to speak to those people that need not only their core divorce team partners, but their ancillary divorce team partners. Final thoughts. What would you tell them?
I would say find someone who feels like a good fit, who you feel like you're naturally attracted to and would like to lock arms with, or maybe somebody who even sets an example for the person that you want to be going forward.
Wow. Oh, that's good. Really good advice. All right. Well, again, thank you so much. I'm so glad you spent time with us, and I can't wait to put this interview out and to let them get in touch with you and check out your coaching program.
Thank you so much.
Have a great one.
All right, you too. Take care.